Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is my jungle. It's a little messy. And today I want to show you my favorite hanging plants. So these are just the plants that I have in my possession that are my favorite hanging plants to look at. I love trailing plants. They are seriously... Okay, so we love trailing plants. He likes to eat them, and I like to grow them. This is my cat, by the way. Say hi, crush your pants. He looks terrified. I love you. Okay, goodbye. So, yeah, I love a good trailing plant, and I kind of just wanted to show you guys all of my favorite trailing plants that I have that have just kind of earned a really special place in my heart and will probably always be some of my favorite houseplants, like, period. So I'm going to try and go in order from like the most common to the least common. Try. So the first one is obviously my neon pothos. I mean, you guys see this one in a lot of my videos. Let me just pull it out. She's a little bit sparse on the top because when I forget to water her in a timely manner, we lose leaves. So she is going to get a haircut come springtime. She's going to get a cute little bob. But it's a lot of plant. Like, a lot. I can't lift my arm any higher. There's still more plant. So, yeah, this is one of my favorite trailing plants. It's also fashion. It's good, right? It's all the rage in Paris right now. Plants as scarves. Anyway, so yeah, this is probably my favorite plant that I own, and this is just a neon pothos, Epipremnum, I don't know, Aureum, I don't really know what the rest of the botanical name is for it. I guess it's an Aureum, but yeah, you can find these pretty much at every big box store, every nursery. You just have to keep your eyes open for it. I mean, I really love it over like the golden pothos. I love my marble queen. I have a mandula. But this one just grows so nicely, and I love how it creates like just this, oh my god, stop getting stuck in my hair, girl. I love how it just kind of creates like this wall of plant, except for like it's on my dresser, so I have to move it every time I gotta open the drawers, but it's fine. It's fine because we just literally lift her up. And I mean, I love her. She's beautiful. I think she's really like kind of a statement piece in my room. I love neon leaves. So yeah, that is probably my most common favorite trailing plant. So then obviously there's also lots of other plants like this, like the heartleaf philodendrons. You can get the, you know, the lemon lime variety. They're just a little bit more heart shaped. So when it comes to like achieving this look, you can really do it with any epipremnum or trailing heartleaf philodendron. So, and they're all really common. Like, you're gonna pretty much always find one of them at your local big box store. So don't underestimate the common plants because they just add like instant beauty. And like without this plant, I feel like I would just have a bunch of little I have just a bunch of weird cacti and like Hoya and stuff over here near my window. So I feel like she brings some jungle into the space, and I love her. So the next plant that I chose I think is also pretty common, and it's my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. So I have the queen as well, but she's suffering right now, and we'll get there. That's for a different video. For now, I wanted to show you the one that's nice and full and thriving, because this is a plant that I got at Home Depot as well, $14.98. So I've had this for over a year now, and she just goes crazy and is always growing for me. She's beautiful. She's really easy to take care of when her leaves are, you know, not feeling very stiff. Like, this is actually fine. I just watered her. Then I know she's thirsty, and she just hangs out in the window, and she loves her life, and she looks beautiful. I can't wait for her to get even longer. So this is definitely a great option if you're looking for an easygoing trailing plant. Any Hoya carnosa is going to look beautiful and grow really nicely for you. Love these leaves. Like I love Hoya because if you know anything about me, I am an underwaterer. So I enjoy a plant that doesn't really need a lot of water, plus its new leaves come in all cute and pink. I love it. It's adorable. So Trailing Plant Tuesday, right? Okay, you guys, so the third plant that I've chosen is kind of like a group of plants because I can't pick just one. And I'm going to just say that like Scindapsus in general, especially the Exotica, which I have a nice happy looking one that I just watered right here. And then I have this kind of sad one that I haven't watered and needs water right here. But bear with me. When these grow and get long, they are absolutely stunning. They will trail. It's honestly just like one of my favorite houseplants, period. I mean, if you love a silvery leaf as much as I love a silvery leaf, this is definitely a plant for you. They're massive and they come in huge even if it's not climbing up a pole. So even trailing, this plant is gonna stay having really big leaves. I am so sorry I didn't water this one beforehand. I was not prepared. But yeah, they're drought tolerant. Just don't wait too long or you'll lose leaves. So these will definitely let you know when they're thirsty though, because I mean, look at these leaves. They're all like curled under and kind of sad and floppy compared to this one. That is just very perky and she got a drink a couple days ago. So we gotta give this girl a drink too. Poor thing. But I actually got this one at Home Depot for $12. So it might not be quite as common as Pothos, but I have been seeing a lot more of them. So this is definitely something you could find for a good price, even if you had to buy it online. It's definitely a plant worth having in your collection. Gotta keep looking at the cute one. But I love a good silvery leaf. The next Scindapsus that I want to show you is the Silvery Ann Scindapsus. So this is also one of my favorite houseplants that I have because I love how silvery these leaves get. Girl, look at it. I haven't figured out exactly how to get them to be more silvery. I have a video that I've been wanting to do on silver variegation and what it is, because it's actually, it's called reflective variegation, and it's actually really fascinating on a scientific level, especially if you're that kind of person who's like, how can I get my plants to be more variegated? So let me know if you're interested in seeing that, because I love silvery plants and I love pretty much everything about silver variegation. So yeah, this is the Silvery Ann Scindapsus, and she's beautiful. Obviously her leaves are much smaller than the Exotica, but these are both in the Scindapsus family, and they are two of my favorite plants to look at. These bring me joy every single day, and I think this one was, I got at my local nursery for $20. They're a little bit harder to find for sure, but also keep a lookout with the regular Scindapsus, because I actually end up finding some of them that have bits of Silvery Ann in there, and I don't have the, do I have the regular plant to show you the difference? Hold on. Okay, so I took mine apart and I only have some propagating, so you can see the variegation on these leaves is kind of like evenly dispersed, the silver. And then if you look at it on the Silvery Ann, you can see that even the leaves that don't have as much variegation are definitely more silvery around the edges and the tips. And the variegation kind of takes on just a slightly different form. If you can tell what I mean. I hope that you can tell what I mean. It would be better if I had like a nice full plant of this one, but honestly, this one's kind of a pain in the neck. Like, I don't know why she hates me. So I took her apart. We're propagating her. So yeah, Scindapsus, you can't go wrong. Even if you just wanted this regular one, you can find probably a nice trailing basket of it in the store. I'm just a sucker for a more silvery leaf. So I would say that these are pretty common, maybe a little bit more difficult to find depending on the area that you live in. Next one, I struggled to like pull out of my greenhouse. So I'm either going to show you a picture of it here or show you a clip right now of the Micans in the greenhouse. So since it's hard for me to get that one out of the greenhouse, but that's the one that's really like thriving and would be a really beautiful trailing plant if I didn't have it growing like kind of all over the place in the greenhouse, she needs a haircut. But I do have one that's kind of on the struggle bus, but you can at least see these beautiful Micans leaves. So this is one of my favorite trailing plants. Obviously this girl is a little sparse. These I have been seeing pop up more and more at mostly like local nurseries. I haven't seen Micans in a big box store. So I feel like if you have a good local nursery, you can probably get your hands on a Philodendron Micans, and girl, she is worth it. I am going to just let you look at the one that I have in my greenhouse, and then we're gonna move on to the next plant, because I mean, she's getting lots of light in my greenhouse too, so she's super burgundy and super beautiful. The next plants that I'm gonna show you are some Hoya. I have two different Hoya. I'm gonna start with my favorite one, and then one that I picked up that I honestly didn't think was going to end up being as beautiful as it is. So I think that these, I've gotten them both in Home Depot, so I feel like if you have a good big box store near you, you could also potentially find these plants in a nice hanging basket as well. It is less common, don't get me wrong, but they still look really, really adorable even if you find like a little baby plant and get it to start trailing. So there's lots and lots of trailing Hoya that I love. Girl, this video would be so long if I showed you all of them. So I'm just gonna show you my favorite one of all time. And if you watch my channel, you would know already that I have more than one of these because I'm so obsessed with the, oh, let's get rid of this ugly thing. I'm so obsessed with the Hoya Krita. I have so much more light coming in at me now because I took this out of the window. She gets lots of bright light. She gets lots of cute little like sunstress burgundy on the back of her leaves, and she's just really long, honestly. And I can't wait for her to continue to get even more full and long. I love the heart shape-ish of the leaves and the cute little silvery bits on them, and they're just really hardy. I don't know if you could tell, like these are really stiff, doesn't need a lot of water. Another plant getting stuck in my hair. I do have two of them. This one's not quite as trailing, but it is way more full and it's growing, so it will trail eventually. This one gets a little bit more sun, so you can see the difference between the sun-stressed and not sun-stressed. But I got these both in Home Depot in these 8-inch hanging baskets. There's no price on here, but it was probably somewhere between $16 and $18.98 is usually where these are priced at in this size hanging basket. Definitely highly recommend this plant if you can get your hands on it. I know that some people don't like it. They think it's a little bit finicky or difficult to grow, but I feel like because I have such a large mature pot of it, that's not really much of an issue for me. So I love it. I mean, I definitely neglect her and I still get some dead leaves at the top for sure, but that's part of life. She's still growing. She's actually growing as we speak. All these new little baby leaves. Girl, it's winter, didn't you know? I get really good light in these windows in winter though. You guys, it's snowing. I want to turn you around and show you the snow. Hold on. The parking lot. I'm sorry. I live in an apartment-ish, sort of. You could see. But it's snowing, you guys. Literally winter, and somebody should probably tell my plants. I also picked up this Hoya Krita, at Home Depot recently for $16.98, and I never thought that I wanted one of these, to be completely honest with you. I didn't think that I loved the shape of the leaves. I'd only ever really seen it in like little containers and stuff. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cute. I like it. And I brought it home and I cleaned it up. And oh, it's got a bunch of sun stress over here. As soon as I brought it home and put it with my other Hoya, who have like more rounder shaped leaves, like the Curtisia, I have a lacunosa hanging here too. I loved the contrast of this plant up against the rest of my plants, and it's beautiful. Look at the way that it hangs. It's like how I like my hair cut, into like a nice V in the back. Girl, you're so cute. I can't get over the sun stress. I didn't even notice it. Wow. These are definitely two more difficult to find Hoya. This one maybe more so than this one, but if you can get your hands on them, I definitely recommend them. And they're some of my favorites because I mean, look, girl, oh, look at it. It's beautiful. It's so weird. So that's that for Hoya. Obviously, there are so many more beautiful trailing Hoya, but when it comes to my collection, these are my two favorites at the moment for just how beautiful and lush they look when they trail. So this next plant is probably the hardest to find, I think. I've been seeing it pop up more, but I didn't get my hands on this plant until recently, and that would be my Pepperoni Prestrata, my string of turtles. So you would have seen in a plant shopping video, I'll link it for you here. I bought this plant and it wasn't trailing at all. So it's actually just really started to trail really nicely in my greenhouse. I have another one in there that's trailing really nicely, but it was actually really hard to get them out without like yanking on it, and because they start to get all tangled up and I don't want to pull the leaves out. So yeah, this is one of my favorite trailing plants as well. I feel like as it grows and gets more lush, that this is just going to be such a stunning, ooh, my stomach is growling. This is going to be such a stunning hanging plant one day, for sure. Look at the details in these cute little baby leaves. She's got little blooms going on too. Peperomia blooms are so weird. Look at them. They're so weird looking. But yeah, so I actually picked this one up for $12.99. So it's not an expensive plant. I think it's just a little bit harder to find. So if you have a good local nursery, you probably have been seeing these pop up more. I got this one in Jersey City at 14th Street, and then I got another larger basket you would have seen at my local nursery, which was probably only a few dollars more than this one. Honestly, they're not expensive. Please do not spend $30 on like some big hanging basket that is just got a couple of in the top, because you can just get a smaller one. Find a smaller one, girl. This thing grows like crazy if you give it lots of light, and I think it loves the amount of humidity that it gets in the greenhouse. This has grown a lot for me, like a lot. So I definitely recommend it if you can get your hands on it. I don't find her quite as difficult as other Peperomia, but again, that could just be me, and could just be because it's in the greenhouse. She's sun stressed up here, but I love the little baby leaves when they come in, little burgundy. They are so stinking cute. Guys, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm gonna show you my silvery Ann one time because I stare at her all day long. I love how she trails over this basket. And wow, hold on, let me show you the snow. Just got so much heavier just in the few minutes that we've been chatting. It's beautiful. My cute little succulents in the window. It's definitely winter. It's snowing a lot right now. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up if you want to see more like this, where I'm just kind of highlighting some of my plants in smaller amounts. And yeah, I enjoyed filming it, so I hope you enjoyed watching it. It's good to be back. Let me know if you like this setup in here. It's a little uncomfortable for me because I have to like squat down, but it's fine. I like it when you guys can like at least see my plants in the background. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. I have some plant shopping coming at you because one of my favorite trailing plants that I did not discuss, I'll show you really quickly, is my Monstera siltspicana, because she is definitely a lot harder to find, and pretty much don't see anybody with her trailing like this, so I don't want to get you guys' hopes up on a plant like that. I wanted to try and keep this to plants that were attainable. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Leave me a comment down below if you made it to the end. Say hi, leave me a little heart. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!